Hello and welcome. This is Alicia of the Chardon Sign Shack. I'm sorry I hopped on late. I lost track of time. I had a little incident before my live, so that got me a little distracted here. But here I am. As you're hopping on, please say hello and welcome. I'm Alicia. I'm the ambassador for the Stencil Smith, and I'm glad to have you here. If you are watching this live, there will be a little red button up in the left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm live, honey.
Hi.
Jeff's out here on hi, Judy. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? He's out here just answering phone calls and stuff in the garage. Today's my day. It's not a he shed today. It's a she shed. But anyhow, as you're hopping on, let me get my secondary device up here. I had a 2x6 fall on my project before the live, so it really kind of messed me up. Hi, April. How are you? Hello, Bonnie. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's a pretty day here in Ohio. It's not warm, not like it was last week. 45. I think last week I was in shorts and it was in the 70s. Hi, Stacy. How are you? It's sunny in Ohio, but a little chilly. Hi, Tracy. How are you? So as you're hopping on, please say hello. I'm glad to have you here. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Donna. Hi, Sherry. We got Sherry and Sherry spelled differently, and Sandy. Oh, I forgot to get, let me pick a stencil for the giveaway. Hold on just a minute. I will find something real quick here. I am so sorry. Well, I guess let's do a new one that I just ordered. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm all out of whack today. So this is going to be the giveaway today. I forgot all about it. I'm frozen, go in and go out. Hopefully, yeah, it's 45 degrees, but it's sunny. I mean, it's not terrible. So this will be the giveaway today. This is the cutest little guy. I showed him, I believe, on my last live, the numbers under the sticker. There it is. Sometimes they're always on there, but sometimes I have a hard time finding the number. It's 9, 7, ooh, maybe my eyes are going, 3 extra small. So it's the little Shine Bright with the 3 reindeer, and it looks real cute with the Rudolph with his red nose in the middle. So this will be the giveaway. If you sprinkle, this is my sprinkle sign right here. That's what it means. 51. See, you're already 6 degrees. The wind is cold. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a warm wind here for sure. But it could be worse. It could be worse in Northeast Ohio this time of year. So you're Central Ohio, but so anyhow, so we're doing a directional sign today. You can use either, so the ones that are on sale today are 9788 and 9789, and I'm using both the size small. April created some new ones for me. Hi, Cindy. How are you? You missed all the nice weather we had while you were in Florida. You were supposed to bring nice warm weather back with you. But these two are on sale today for 20% off. And with my code SIGNSHACK, SIGN, you can save an additional 15%. So that's 35% off those stencils. And that's just today and tomorrow. But anytime you can use my code SIGNSHACK to save 15%, anytime you ordered. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Sherry will be right back. So I'm going to set this over here. Those are the ones we're using. The ones I am going to use, I have clipped over here so they wouldn't get separated. But I'm using North Pole, Christmas trees, Elf Village, reindeer stables, and Santa's Workshop. And not only is this good for a directional sign, but this can be good to add to any little, anything, these phrases. And then we have some down here. These are the ones that I'm not using. And these are mixed. It's not all the same numbers. I think there's 5 in one set and 5 in another. So there's 10 total. Cookies and Cocoa, which is adorable. Ice Skating Pond. Sled Rentals. Sleigh Rides. And Candy Cane Lane. So what could be fun too is if you wanted to do something like do one for Christmas and then do one for like winter, you could do all these ones with the cocoa and the sleigh rides, because those are winter activities. Sled rentals, ice skating pond, and then you don't want to add Christmas trees, but you could add something else in there. Elf, reindeer, candy canes, but you could always add a design. Candy canes are kind of Christmassy. My grandson asked me the other day, he's like, Grandma, you're for sure getting candy canes for the Christmas tree, because that's their big thing. I get candy canes and I put it on the Christmas tree, and then by Christmas they're all gone. They love to eat the candy canes. So I'm going to set those aside. I am not using those. This is the sign. I got this at Joann's and I painted it ahead of time. And this thing took a lot longer to paint than I would have thought. And I went through a lot of different phrases on this. I pulled a lot of different stencils to do additions to it. And it took me like 3 hours to decide what I wanted to do. And I still changed it. But I did have, it's a little banged up. I don't know if you can see right there. I had to hot glue it right before the live and do some E6000. I had it sitting here, and a 2x6 just fell over onto it and hit this, so it took the tip off. So Santa for a Stencil Daddy. Ooh, I like that. Stencil Daddy. Oh, sweater pattern would be adorable with all the winter patterns. So anyhow, I got this at Joann's. I think it was like $14 or $15. And I'm going to set this down. I did paint it ahead of time. This is Fort York Red Fusion Mineral, Park Bench Fusion Mineral, Casement Fusion Mineral, and then this is a log. I always have trouble with that one. Algonquin, I don't know. It's like a brown, and I added a little bit of honey brown to it to make it a little darker. And then, this is Fort York Red again. So those are the colors I used. I did want to use Fusion paint for this because it has a built-in top coat, and then I will seal this as well. And I'm going to set this down, and I may have to do some rearranging here. So I love sweater patterns. I love sweater patterns in my sweaters. I just think they're adorable. I still have paints out here from the last live. I've been doing a lot of organizing in the house and out here, especially in my kitchen. I've been really focusing on that. And boy, it's surprising how much stuff you're like, do I really, really need that? And I find out, oh, and this did come with twine on the top of it, a twine hanger, so you could hang it. But this is going to Algonquin. Okay. It just is such a weird name, Algonquin. And I know it's the name of a couple cities. I think it's even the city like where April's originally from or something like that. But so I have painted these ahead of time. And I'm going to have them facing you. We'll angle it down and we're going to get started. I did want to show you, I made this a couple years ago, and I was fooling around with it the other day, and I did the beard with the rake comb and like the mustache. I did a little bit of, and then I had the gold leaf out last week on the one I did last week with the Christmas tree, and I added some Snow Tech, which I added gold to, but it really looks like the fur. So I did a little I felt like changing them up a little bit, but I'm not sure if I'm happy with it. I'm not 100% if it wasn't better the way it was before. So, we'll see. But thank you. And just to let you know, I have already had a couple orders for that one that I did last week, the one with the Christmas tree. Let me grab it real quick. Let me grab it. I'll show you. I know I took a picture of it. But I did add some little picks and some red bells. Remember I had those big bells in it? But I had some little red bells that I added to it and some picks with pine cones and berries that I added to it after the live. And I did, and then that's where I got the gold leaf. The gold leaf has been like on my mind now like crazy. But this, I think this is going to be a really good seller for Christmas. Like I said, I've had a couple orders already. People fell in love with it. So, but I did want to show you with the bells and the berries how cute it ended up being. I forgot to plug my nut house in. Oh well, I'll just set them there. So we're going to get started with this. So I had it in order. I was going to do North Pole here. Let's see. Got to keep it in the camera. Whoops. And then Christmas trees. I don't know why. This one, I just put tons of thought. And there are other directional ones that are bigger if you wanted to make your own arrows. But I picked this up on a whim. And the reindeer, whoops. Be careful, they got stuck together. And then Santa's Workshop. I picked it kind of up on a whim when I was at Joann's one day. That's where it was, Joann's. And so April created some newer ones that would fit on this, because this is, if this is something you would want to do, her bigger, older ones wouldn't fit on this. Although she has some other directional signs that are really adorable. They just wouldn't fit on this. They would be too big. So let's see. Okay. So I think that'll work. So I'm going to get started. And what I'm going to use, I've got a couple things over here, some little add-ons. So for the North Pole, what was I going to use? Oh, I wanted to put some snowflakes. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of casement out here. Maybe. I may not have it. I thought I had it out here. That is so weird. Well, I'm going to get a little bit. I know I just had it out here. There it is. I've got so much stuff out here. So this is Fusion Mineral Casement. I am going to... Shouldn't do that over your project. That usually never ends well. It can go everywhere. So I think I'm going to start with doing some snowflakes. So this is, because I have some extras here I'm going to use on this. So this is number 9622, and these are real small snowflakes here. And I'm sorry. Hi, Liz. How are you? Hi, Maggie. And I'm sorry if I am not seeing your comments. They don't come up on my bigger secondary device now, so it makes it harder for me to see them. I think I want a 1/2 inch brush for this one. Okay, so I'm going to get a 1/2 inch brush. And if you're new to stenciling, if there is ever any comments that I don't answer or April doesn't answer, please make sure to message me. So I'm getting a little bit of paint up on my brush. If you're new to stenciling, that's what you do. These Stencil Smith brushes are the best. So you can see what it looks like just like that. And I'm sorry for repeating this every time, but there's always new people that join us. And then I'm going to offload. I like to offload onto shop towels. And by offloading, I just basically take the paint off that I put on. So right up here, let's see which way this camera's got to go. Okay, I am going to do, just randomly, I'm going to add some snowflakes in the background, I think. and then just move it down and add some more. And I'm just lightly swirling this because I feel like if you're in the North Pole, it's going to be snowing. It had better be, right? And I'm gonna move it down some more. And I'm not lining this up. I'm just kind of twisting it and making it, oops, I should have taped that down. And I did not. See, it just goes to show you I mess up. I'm holding it onto it with my fingers, but I really should tape it down because I made a goof right there, but it might be, yeah, it's probably going to be over something that's going to cover it anyhow. And so I'm going to come on down a little bit further. I need just a little bit more paint, and I'm going to offload. And I think I'll go like, and this is kind of wobbly because it's got that, it's got this in the back. So yeah, it's still in the camera, it looks like. Sometimes it's a lot to concentrate on. I'm doing the live and I forget that it's got to be in the camera. So I apologize if that ever happens. I'm going to add one right down here because I feel like we need one, and half of one right there. So look how cute that looks with that little background snow. I think it looks really, really cute. And I think I might just go ahead and add that all the way down. I'm going to add white on here while I have the stencil out. Let's just do that. I think that could be really cute. Make sure it's in the camera. So make sure you're sprinkling. We have a really cute giveaway today. This is the giveaway. The Shine Bright with the reindeer. Super, super cute. Everybody should shine bright. I know my grandson, my oldest grandson, he has recently gotten into guitar and he's doing really good. You know, he's a teenager. He's at that age. He's 15 where, you know, maybe they're not doing as much with grandma and grandpa. Like, he still comes over every weekend. He's a big help. He's going to come and clean our gutters and stuff like that. But he was playing his guitar. He brings it every time so he can come out in our garage here and he can crank it, the electric guitar, and nobody can be like, turn that down. But my sister always said to her boys, and it stayed with me, you know, like, somebody's got to be a rock star, right? So why not you? I mean, it's not like all those rock stars knew they were going to be rock stars, but somebody's got to do it. So I told him, I said, you could be whatever you want to be. And I should have learned, because this is still shifting on me. But I'm just real lightly getting these snowflakes in the background. And I definitely recommend taping it, because it's shifted on me a bunch of times already. I'm going to put a little like star right there. So we've got, look how cute that looks. I think I'll do these two for right now and see where we go. But look how pretty that looks with the snowflakes in the background. I think it looks just gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I didn't see you hop on. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, make sure you sprinkle. Now, hopefully I'm not going to lose my words here. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that I will lose something. Okay, let me look at my notes here with the North Pole. Oh, the Santa. That's what I'm going to use. Okay. So I'm going to use black with that. So I think rather than centered, I'm moving stuff over, and in the arrows, I'm going to be adding little doodads. I do want to tape this down. Plus, I'm having trouble with this shifting more than usual because it's got this board in the back. So, so I am going to use a little piece of tape. Let me look at my Santa first. I want to use this Santa with the North Pole right here. I'm just going to use one little bit of them. This is from the Christmas Borders. This is number, like I said, I had a mess here. I was going through everything today. Okay, so this is number 9203, and this is the medium. But I think I'm going to use these guys right here. So I want to come and look, and I want to angle them, and I can shift it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this down here. So I'm going to, rather than center mine, I'm going to move them all down just a bit, because I am going to be putting things there. So let's tape this down, because this is going to shift on you if you do get one of these. Like if you build your own, you could stencil the arrows and then add the board to the back. But I bought this. I was just out bebopping around. And all his friends came to our house to play music. Oh, that's awesome. Who is that? Oh, Liz, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Bonnie. Look at you. Bonnie's like, put your paint sticks under there to stop the wobble. There we go. Well, I'm going to need 2 of them. That might be too high, but that'll be much better. Good job. Thank you, Bonnie. That's awesome. That's the way it was with my son. He really loved guitar, and he was very good at it too. And him and his buddy, they had a rock band. His buddy's name was Troy, and my son's name was Josh. They called their band Tosh. They combined their names. It was in the day of like Bennifer and all that stuff. And they practiced countless hours out here in our garage. They were a true garage band. So I'm just swirling this North Pole here. I need some more paint sticks here. There we go. I'm going to put some, that'll help a lot. Thank you for that, Bonnie. I appreciate that. I don't think of everything, trust me. I get a lot of good ideas from all of you, and then from, hi Judy, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry you're sick, Judy. I hope it's nothing, nothing too much, nothing too bad. I know that you can really struggle. Okay, so I'm sending good thoughts your way. You can dry over your stencil again. And if this one doesn't sell right away, I'll probably give this to my daughter. Because the kids, especially Brody and Finn, of course, still believes. And then Brody doesn't, but he still loves the whole magic of Christmas. He's the little guy who put the tree in his room and is so excited about it. But it's funny. They went and did Ornament Day on Saturday with my sister-in-law. And Brody, he's the one who crafts with me a lot. He sat for hours. A lot of the other kids got bored. Finn did some, but then he had to get up, you know, and wiggle and dance and do Finn things, tear things up. But Brody, he just sat there for hours and hours and hours and painted, just like he does out here in the garage. But I sure hope you feel better, Judy. Brody was actually working on something for you because he was so touched. Okay, so North Pole, look how cute that is. That is really cute. And I will probably close, I might close, depending where we're at, mid-live, I might close some bridges on camera. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to use some black. So I'm going to get, I think this is like Fusion Mineral Ash. I'm going to get a little bit out here on my plate. There we go. It must have had a big dry thing in there. Ah! Look at that. Look what I just did. See, this is the way. This is the stuff that happens to me. Oh my goodness, that came right out of the bottle. Well, doggone it. Okay, let me get a wipe here real quick. We'll have more than enough ash, what just came out of my hands. This is the kind of stuff that I get into all the time. Hopefully, well, I don't say hopefully it happens to you guys too, but hopefully I'm not alone with this stuff that happens. Okay, so I want to do that in black, like a silhouette. So let me get a little 3/8 brush. I'm going to get the little 3/8 stencil Smith brush. Hi, Winnie. How are you? Is Brody's tree going to have a theme? Well, it was called the Dollar Tree theme because it's what was in our budget. But he made some Chiefs ornaments. He is a big Chiefs fan. Judy has actually made him. Okay, I'm kind of placing this Santa, and I'm going to move probably, let's see, well, just like so, I think. I'm going to place it. It's going to go right over the North Pole. But I thought this could be cute in there. But Brody loves the Chiefs. He made a lot of Chiefs stuff at my sister-in-law's. And, but the stuff we bought was from the Dollar Tree. So we've got North Pole, and we've got the little Santa. See how he is? I better move my little guys here. They're going to end up falling off is what's going to happen. Okay, so we got the North Pole. I'm picking up my paint sticks too. But I love these little borders. And we've got the Santa in the North Pole there. And you could do them in white too. Now I'm going to come down and I am going to do Christmas trees right here. So I think I'm done with that one there. And let me find the Christmas tree one. And I've already done the snowflakes on that. And I am going to move this one down the other way. And I'm moving them down towards the end. Like I moved this down. Let's see, is that right? No, I want to move this, yeah, down this way. So they're kind of going to be like willy-nilly like that. Because I'm going to put kind of in the point is where I'm going to put what I want to put there. So I'm going to put my black brush in there. And I need to get my white one out because I'm just going to use white lettering on that. And I need to get my tape. And let me see if my little add-on is going to fit. Ah, okay. Yeah, that'll fit. That's going to be so cute. I think anyhow. Okay, so let's do Christmas trees here. And again, I'm going to get the white. And I'm getting it on my brush. And then I am offloading it on a shop towel. So if you're getting bleeds, willy-nilly, that's the story of my life, I feel like. Everything's just willy-nilly. I just don't know. Things just happen. I do the silliest things. I think sometimes we just have too much on our brains too. I really do believe that. I thought it would get better the older I got, but it really hasn't. It's like there's more to worry about. And it's funny how nobody tells you, even though my grandkids are great and everything, but you worry just as much about them as you did your kids. Okay, so I am going to give this a little dry. And I need to update my... It's going to be one of those days where my live keeps freezing. Hopefully it's not freezing on your end. Let me give that a dry. It's easier if I can see it down here in my, there we go. Okay. Okay, as long as I can see it. Yes, make sure you're sprinkling. There's a really, really cute giveaway today. It is this one, Shine Bright, with the little deers. With the little reindeers. You can make Rudolph front and center with his red nose shining so bright. That was probably... So what was your favorite Christmas special when you were little? Mine was Rudolph. That's the one I really, really liked. I loved them all, but that was my favorite. You know, the Island of Misfit Toys and the Abominable Snowman, Herbie the Dentist, just everything about Rudolph I just loved. I really, really loved that one. You having sound issues? Sometimes if you go in and out, is anybody else having sound issues? Sometimes if you go in and out, like if you close your app and then open it back up, Frosty the Snowman, oh, that was a really good one. That was a really, really good one. So we've used Christmas trees on that one. I'm going to set that aside. And these little stamps, I've used them before on a live, and I've used them before. Charlie Brown Christmas, yeah, that's a beautiful one. Becca says she likes them all. 6466. And this is, it must only come in one size because there's no size on it. But the little postage stamps, these are so cute. These little postage stamps. So I'm going to use the tree and I'm going to tape it down because I should. And I'm going to kind of angle it. Not just put it dead on straight, but kind of angle it like so. And just kind of add this one down here. This one comes in really handy. This is a cute one. It's a cute one to put on cards if you still send out cards. It's a cute one to put on wrapping paper. If you do little gift bags, stuff like that. These are really cute. So we have got the Christmas trees with little postage stamp with the tree there, and I just think that's adorable. So now this one is going to be the elf one, and I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the letters in red and green. So I'm going to do red and green snowflakes on this one, just to be different. So let me get my red and green out. Hopefully I'm not going to have the same problem I had with my black. I don't know why that happened. That was weird. That is, now I'm paranoid. That's Finn's favorite word. He is my 5-year-old grandson. Everything's weird. That's weird, Grandma. That's weird. Weird. So I'm going to do red. And I'm going to do a little bit of, and that's Fort York red. You can use any red you want. And I am going to use a little bit of Park Bench. Oops. A lot of Park Bench, obviously. I have to put that back in the bottle. So I'm going to get little, I think little guys for this. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with red. And I'm going to like randomly And I'm going to get my green at the same time. So I can just see. And one coat will be fine. Do green. Maybe a red there. Green. And a green there, I think. Where in the heck? Are you kidding me? No, I'm just going to have to put that one in water and grab another brush. Good thing I have a lot of brushes. The brushes, it never hurts to have too many. That must be the green. Okay, so we've got random, that's black. It'll mix in good with my apron. I need to paint all my little white splotches black or something because they will not come out in the wash. So again, I'm going to get a little red and a little green. So that's red, or that's green. I got the last one in black. And I am going to just start adding them randomly, kind of like every other. So I'm doing it as I go along. I need more red on that. This one will take a lot longer than doing just like a straight one color, but I thought this could be cute. I'm humming. Forgot I was on live. I would do that at work sometimes, and my co-workers would be like, "Are you humming?" And I'd be like, "Well, I guess I am." I have a bad habit of doing that like a lot. I hum everything. Put a red there. Okay, so we've got like a little mixture. I think that's really pretty so far. What do you think? Oh, with the heat miser and the cold miser. They're the best brushes, aren't they, Winnie? But see how pretty that is with the alternating. Let's turn it a little bit over here. Oh, well, you must have needed that nap, Carol. We're glad to have you here. Let's see. Let's get some green going over here. I'm getting messed up because, let me get some more red. There's so many colors going. Let's see, that doesn't have anything in it. That doesn't. Those two can be green. And I appreciate everybody hanging with me last week. I couldn't, I think I lost the video wasn't moving. I couldn't see any comments. That's what it was. Boy, was that frustrating. I think that was last week, but that could have been the week before. So we've got some more, and we'll just move it down here to the edge. Let's see, do a red there, some green, red, green, do a green, red, green, and these are just real light. I'm just doing one coat, and I feel like I need to put a little one right there. So that turned out cute. Look at the different colors we've got all down that, all the little snowflakes. They're just different colors. So this one is going to be Christmas trees. What's next? Oh, the Elf Village. This will be cute. So I am again going to move it towards the end of the arrow. And get my tape. And I think I'm going to do Elf in red and Village in green. I think that'll look really cute. I think it will. And these brushes are a little small, but I've already got them in the red and green, and I don't want to be washing a bunch of brushes tonight. Even though if you do, I know someone on here just said they just tried them for the first time and they love them. If you do order the brushes and you haven't, I don't know where my heart scrubby's at, but there's a heart scrubby that they sell that's in the brushes. Hi, Cindy, how are you? And this brush cleaner works amazing, and the heart scrubby, it makes it so much easier to clean your brushes, and it really conditions them too. Yes, as you're hopping on, please say hello. Please sprinkle me out. If you're new, the Stencil Smith is an Ohio-based company. They're a mom and pop business, a husband and wife team. They work very, very hard. Their customer service is the best. None of the stencils are ever out of stock. They're always in stock. They cut them to order. So when you order them, like today it'll be after 5, of course, when we're done here in Ohio, because we're on Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow morning they'll go in and they'll cut them all and they'll be mailed tomorrow. Like the service is amazing. Usually you have them within a couple of days. Sometimes this time of year, of course, they do slow down. That's what happens with the mail for whatever reason this time of year. They, too many orders. But like I ordered an order, I think it was last week, and I had it in 2 days. I am in Ohio, but I have heard people in this I got at I think I got this at Joann's, but they probably have them at Michael's too. They probably have them at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I was just walking around. I went to Hobby Lobby. I went to Michael's. And I went to Joann's. Sadly, our Michael's was really, like the shelves, a lot of the shelves were bare, and it didn't have a lot to choose from. The Joann's was a lot better, and I did get some of the fall decor, of course, that was, so cheap this time of year, because it was all on clearance. But everything at Hobby Lobby, I think, like all the Christmas stuff, has been 50% off for quite a while, which is really, really nice. In 3 days. And you're in Illinois, right? Not Indiana. You're in Illinois, I think, Sherry. But yeah, the customer service is amazing. Everything's made in the USA. The brushes, the stencils. You couldn't ask for a better company to support. Like right now, they're looking at brushes for base coating, and we've been experimenting with some, and she did have some, but they weren't up to her standards, so she, they got sent back, and because when she brings something to you, she wants it to be the absolute best. Not like sending it back is difficult. She wants to give her customers the best product possible. Just like these stencil brushes. I've used a lot of stencil brushes over the years. And the first time I used these, when she sent them to me, because I had been trying a bunch for her, it was like, the lights came on, like that aha moment. It was really... So we've got Elf Village. And I am going to put a little hat here from, which stencil? This one right here. So this is a mini, and this is stencil number 7066, and this is number 8. It's from Elf. Smiling's my favorite, so it's got the little hat. So I'm going to put the little elf hat here, right there. And I'm going to tape it down. The hat is green, so let's go with the green. Offload that. And then we may have to do 2 coats. I'll give it a quick dry. And like I said, I just looked through my stencils and found a bunch of random stuff that I had laying around. I see you're seeing my mess now over here. Oh well, hopefully it's like every other crafter's room. Oh, I didn't get that one dry. So if you don't get your paint dry, you will have bleeds. If you don't get your paint dry, what I meant to say is you will push your paint around, which is what happened. That's why there's like a little white kind of bald spot there. So let's just offload that. I'll get a little bit there. There we go. That's better. So I didn't have that completely. And I did get a little bit of a bleed, but I can use my liner brush and clean that up if it's really bothering me. But I don't know that it's bothering me that much. Let me get a yellow out here. Find a yellow. Maybe that one. So I'm going to make sure that's good and dry. I'm going to put my green brush in there, and I need to get, so I'll line it up here. This is the overlay, and it even tells you it's the overlay. So they're like a puzzle. You just line it up, and they fit perfect. So I'm going to put a little red because his little, I don't know what that is, but his little thing there sticking up. That's funny. I think last live I had trouble. Stacy told me, I saw it after the live, but this is a stylus. I said, this little thingy, you know, we dot with. And Stacy and a couple other people were like, it's a stylus, but I couldn't see the comments. So I just kept calling it a thingy. But I did post something the other day because that has become a top word of mine, thingy, because lots of times I just can't, words elude me. Okay, so I got the little red thing, and I already had that out, so I'm going to get a little bit of yellow here. This is cadmium or cadmium yellow. And I am going to, I busted that a little bit too when that 2x6 fell. I'm going to get a little yellow out there. And I just stuck my hands. I'm going to move this ash paint over here so I can fix that. Let me find another little brush. Oh, they're all over here. That's where they're at. That's why I'm not finding them. Okay, I'm going to get the smallest, of course, which is the 1/4 inch. And these small brushes are so nice because you really don't have to tape off with them. So I'm just getting that yellow paint off. I'm offloading. I think his stripe is yellow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my word's thingy, that's right. Oh, yeah, work gets in the way of a lot of stuff. I know, I'm like, okay, I got to buckle down and clean this week because my sister Heather's coming next week to visit. I mean, I clean, but like, you know, the deep down clean. Okay, so there's his little hat from the elf. Whoops. You got the elf village. Whoops, which way did I go? Right there. And those stars, I like them, but they might have looked better just black maybe than the red and green. I'm not sure. I'm conflicted, but I'm in it already. So this one is going to be reindeer crossing or reindeer stables. So I want to use the reindeer from, which one should I use? See, I have a reindeer dashing through the snow. And then I also have that reindeer on the stamp. Hi, Patty, how are you? Okay, so I think I'm going to get, and I'm going to move this again back to the corner. I think I'm going to use the stamp. There we go, that's better. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so I thought rather than use black, I have this really dark, let's see if I can get the whole. Oh, thank you, I'm glad. I'm like questioning myself now. So I'm gonna use this really, really dark, it's a very, very dark brown called Chocolate from Fusion Mineral. I'm just gonna squirt, hopefully a dab out here, but my dabs have been pretty big today. And I am going to get a 1/2 inch brush. It's a very, very dark brown. And I am going to use this instead of a black, and I need my tape. Where'd my tape go? Is it still on one of these? There it is. Well, there's one piece anyhow. I hate to keep, oh, you know what though? I want to put some stars, what am I doing? Or not stars, some snow. I want these all to have snow. So I'm getting pretty, a lot of paint buildup on here. And I think I'm gonna do the stars in white. So these stars on these two, so let's do that. I'm gonna do the stars, that's yellow. Let me find my white brush, there it is. And I will do stars and then we'll go on. Let me put my brush in there before it dries out with the brown paint. Keep your brush in a baggie when you're stenciling. And get a little piece of tape. And I'm gonna get some white over here and offload. And then I'm gonna start just real lightly. This one will go much quicker because it's just the one color. I'm gonna do white snowflakes on this brown I have, Algonquin. I finally got it, I think, Sherry. I may forget it before the next live. I think there's... Okay, so that looks pretty. And we're just gonna go down, just move it down a little bit and add some more snowflakes. Just adding a background to something, just something simple like that, just really adds something to your piece. Adds a little bit more to it. I'm starting to, I need to, my heater's only on 1, but I almost feel like I need to take it off now, turn it off. Okay, I think, and then I'm just gonna move it down again. And lots of patterns like this one, not necessarily, I'm not bothering to be like, oh, let's line up snowflakes, but a lot of patterns you can line up with like a last row or something to make them very consistent. In those cases, sometimes I do start in the middle. This I don't think has any such pattern, and I don't think it matters that much like others would. Oh, I didn't get enough paint on it that time. You've got the AC running there. You know what? I almost thought about turning I've never had that thought ever. But last week, I don't know what day it was. We were working. Oh, what day was it? It was last Thursday or something like that. We were because we put all these cupboards in what we're calling like the butler's pantry. It's in a spare room. And our laundry room cupboards we added last winter, but we've never put the handles on. So we did that last week, and we were both just dripping with sweat. It was so hot, really, really hot and humid. And it was just enough. I want one right there. Okay, so we got that. I think that looks really pretty. And I'm going to do some white snowflakes on the red down here, right there. So if you have not, if you're just joining, please sprinkle. We have a great giveaway today, the Marion Bright. As soon as I finish these snowflakes here. So has everybody, I know a lot of people had, they had craft fairs last weekend, an awful lot of people. And I know my friend Julie, who I talked to quite a bit, she's in Canada, she had one. Nope. Now see, I got some white there. So you can take a wipe, and you can just take that wipe. I must have had some on the underside of the stencil, and it's like an eraser. And you can just kind of erase that while it's still there. But she said nutcrackers were very, very popular for her. So have you had some craft fairs, and what has been popular for you this season? And we also had someone on the Paint and Share asking, like, what size rounds do you mostly sell? Wouldn't let me use the sale price and your discount. It should, Cheryl. These words that are on sale, you should be able to get, no problem. And then you just put my code in, Sign Shack, and that'll save you 15%. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but it should work. Maybe that's something April. Yeah, the fresh air is nice. I went for a walk. So we have this park. I hadn't been there in a long time in the town I grew up in, Kirtland, Ohio. And I hadn't been there in probably 20 years. And the last time I was there, they just had one walking trail. And my friend called me up and asked me if I wanted to go hiking with her the other day. And we went for about a 4-mile hike yesterday. And it was just gorgeous. Just absolutely, it was cold. I think the high was only like, I think it was very windy. The snow wasn't out. Or the snow. Thank goodness the snow wasn't out. But I did find out, even though as much as I do not like snow, they rent snowshoes there for $5. So we're going to go back and do that. I tried to see if Jeff would do it with me, and he's like, yeah, I don't think so. So I guess me and Trish will do it. It's not like I'm this big winter sports person, but I do like to get out. And I'd rather be outside than I would inside. I'm definitely an outside person, and it's strange because you don't see a lot of people outside anymore. You just don't. I know my sister mentioned, like, where they live, sometimes they're the only ones they ever see out and about. But we love being outside, whether we're working in our yard, just sitting on our deck. We go out and have coffee in the mornings. It's just nice being outside. Okay, getting one right there. Okay, so we got snowflakes on these two as well. And this is the small one. That was number 9622. And this was the XX small. Oh, you'll get it. And if you don't get any, Judy, you can come to Chardon because I guarantee we'll have some. That usually happens. So again, I want to move the words down towards the edge because I'm going to put the reindeer on this end. So let me get my brown brush out here. And again, this is chocolate. This is a really, really dark brown Fusion Mineral. But you can find any. I like Deco Arts paint. I like Folk Art. Fusion is my favorite, but there's not as many colors in Fusion. And sometimes I just hate to have to mix paints to get a color when you can buy them like in Deco Arts. Okay, so I am going to do the reindeer. And again, I am doing this in a dark brown rather than black. I thought that might be kind of pretty. And I'm just swirling this in here lightly, not pressing down very hard at all. Yeah, I'm going to be all red-faced when we're done. You don't want to, if we see snow in Mississippi, I think it's probably very rare. I know, isn't walking really nice? I usually walk, I go for about a 3-mile walk at least 4 times a week. Sometimes I try for more than that, but life gets in the way. But I love to walk. I just find it very relaxing. And now that I've been walking on the bike trail, it's so much nicer. Rather than walking on the sidewalks. I always liked walking around town and seeing the houses and stuff like that. But that being said, I keep falling on the sidewalks because they're they raise up, you know, in the winter and stuff like that. And I've fallen about 4 or 5, maybe 6 times, and I'm just afraid I'm going to break something the next time I fall. I think I want to do one more coat of this brown. And again, you can use your dryer over your stencil, but just make sure you move it around because it will melt it. And don't like just hold it on one place or anything like that. Okay, that's good. I like that. That's very pretty. I like that dark brown with the light brown. Okay, so I'm going to move reindeer over here. And I do think I'm going to use the stamp. I was going to use, see, I had this one, the Dashing Through the Snow. But I think because I used the stamp up here, I'm going to use the stamp down here with the deer. Of course, I need to turn it right side up. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was a bear to paint. If it would have been just one color, it wouldn't have been as bad, I don't think. So I'll probably do, let's see how one coat looks. And I might do 2 on this deer stamp. Yeah, I think I'll do one more coat. I have a lot of paint to put back here. Let me give it a quick little dry. And you can always lift it up and dry it if you're nervous. And don't grab the silver part because you burn yourself just like I just did. I'm not used to moving around like this. Usually I'm used to like right there. And everything's set up for that. So how cute is that? We got the reindeer. The reindeer stables. And then we'll come up in this last one. This last one is going to be, okay, Santa's Workshop. I couldn't remember. I had to see it. Okay, so we're going to do Santa's Workshop, and it's the same thing. I'm moving this down this way towards the end, because I'm going to put something here. So they're all kind of like offset. Okay, here we go. I need to get my white brush. I always get nervous too when I do a bunch of colors like this. Colors, lots of colors make me real anxious. Oh, and I meant to show you the giveaway. This is the giveaway right here, if you sprinkle. So it's really, really cute. It's a new release. It's number 9733. It's the X extra small, just 1X. But it's really a cutie. So let me flip him down. But that is the giveaway today. If you haven't sprinkled, make sure you do. I need to get tape. And we're going to tape this down. And I am eyeballing them. I am trying to center them. I did have an idea on the Elves Village, and I tried it with a couple different stencils for the double L's using elf legs. I had one that had elf legs, and then I had two that had elf legs, the gnome, the really small gnome, and I could have made it work, but I didn't know if I was fooling with it, and I was like, oh, I don't know. So I just went with the little hat. But it could be cute to do little elf legs right there for the double L's, I think. That could be a real cute idea. So I'm going to offload. And we're going to have Santa's Workshop. And then, like I said, the other one would be really pretty and like all shades of blue with the ice skating and stuff like that. Winter. Although Ohio's winters are pretty gray, I do think of like blues, shades of blues, when I think of like winter decor. I don't know why, but that's where my head goes. Okay. So we're going to give it a little dry there, and we'll do another coat. Get just a little bit more white there. And swirl it around. I wonder if we'll have enough light. This is the thing I race now. If I'm doing like an outside sign like this one where I would want to have it staked, if I have enough light to run outside and get a picture before it's dark. But it's getting dark here now around 5-ish, so it can be very challenging. Okay, so we've got Santa's Workshop, and I'm going to take that one off, and I want to get my stamps again, and I was going to use this last one here, like so, December 25th. Offload that, and I should tape it so it doesn't shift on me. See, is it? There we go. I really like this one. This is a fun stencil. And there's so many things you could use from the borders and stuff like that. Like I said, I just went through all my stencils and I came out here at like 11, and by 1:30 I still hadn't even started painting this. I was just looking through my stencils. I was kind of shocked when I looked at the time. I was like, oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to do this another coat here. Like so. So we've got December 25th. They got to be ready. They got to have everything ready in Santa's workshop by the 25th. And I think I pulled these too. So I have these are great for like 4th of July, but they're also great for other things. This is number 9442, XX small. And I think I might angle them. And let's see. I need to angle and I need to tape that down and make it like a candy cane. And again, this would be so much easier if you, I mean, this is pre-made, so I was pretty happy with it. I only had to sand a little bit on the edges here, just a wee little bit, but it was nice to not have to like cut and sand something. But if you didn't have this already, let me put that up there. Hopefully, I'm afraid I'm going to get my points in that. So let's make this some candy cane stripes. And you're going to kind of want to press it down. And if it doesn't work, I can always paint red over this. But I'm kind of pressing down and swiping rather than swirling. Hopefully it's in the camera. So you could use your stripes this way. See, it's like a candy cane. And then this is what I was just talking about, like lining a pattern up. Let's go over here a bit. So let's line that up again. Go over just a little bit more. And I'm just, yep, it's moved. I didn't have it taped down very good. I should tape it up here too. And I'm just swiping. And that looks adorable. Let's see. I don't know if my comments are froze up again. I feel like they are. I feel like Facebook is always messing with me. I think they are froze up. So if you're asking or saying something, I can't see it. So I'm just going to kind of like, I almost need a smaller, like the smallest brush. Let's see if that'll work. The really small one, the 1/4 inch. If I can get that in there. Yeah, if you hold that middle one down, you can kind of get, I don't know if you can see there, like how I got that when I held it down. So we'll move it down and we'll just go up and so I have the smallest stencil brush and I'm just going up this so it looks like a candy cane. And again, I did get a little bit of white on there. So let's just, I'm going to have to start asking my dad if I can bring his phone out here during my lives because it's freezing up on my comments. So I know I may have to go grab it before we do pull the winner because I am not going to be able to see who the winner is. So I'm just pressing that down. And just like at an angle. If you do this, you'll see what I mean. I'm just pressing that down. So we have that candy cane. Look at that candy cane. All the way up. Look at how cute that is. What do you think? And then you can see how I kind of put the stripes in there. So that was, let me set this down. I'm going to go grab my dad's phone if I can, if he's not on it or using it, watching reels. I'll be right back. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to see. Okay, I'm back. Yes, there were lots of comments I missed, so thank you. So I'll have my dad's. I don't know. Yes, there were lots of comments I missed. So I need to put his. Hold on a minute. I'll have my dad's. You're doing double time there. Okay. So yeah, so I wanted to. Don't want to do that. So yeah, so this is. I think it turned out super cute. I need to close my bridges. See, the last thing I have on here is Bonnie doesn't want to see snow in Mississippi. And I knew, I'm like, because you guys talk a lot with yourselves. So just to give you an idea real quick, no, it's 20 after 5. I'm not going to close any bridges online. I'll just show you what I have new because I can't believe it's 20 after 5. Oh my goodness, but I really think this is adorable. And like I said, you can pick this up at Joann's is where I got it. And it was like $14 or $15. The stencils are on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off, and you can save an additional 15% with my code SignShack. And I'm gonna take the tape off these stripe ones. I'm gonna get the stencils that I did bring out somewhere. Here they are. I brought a couple out that I just got. I want to show you. They're just adorable. All these new releases are just so cute. Whoops. Comments aren't working for you either. Yeah, it must be a Facebook thing. You want to see snow in Alabama? You can have the snow. You can have the snow, Angelina. Hi, Danielle. I didn't see you popped on there. See, I miss a lot of I'm going to have to start being, Dad, can I borrow your phone? Because he's a different person, so I can see his comments on, I can see comments on his device at least. This is the giveaway, so make sure you sprinkle. This is the giveaway today, right here, with the one overlay. Super cute. I'm going to swipe those away. There we go. I don't need them anymore. Come on. Okay, you're in Alabama. No snow, huh? You're having sound issues. Sorry about that, Liz. Yeah, it must be a Facebook thing. I don't know. It's very frustrating. So these are a couple that I picked up recently. They're so cute. Of course, who doesn't love snowmen? This is number, let me find the number on it. The numbers are always engraved on it. There it is. Usually I can feel them before I see them. So this is number 9588, and this is the XX small. But how cute is that? It's a little snowman with his winter hat. Comfy cozy are we. And then, let's see, you know, he's going to have his stripes in his hat, the overlay, and of course his nose. And then this is the second overlay, his little sweet face. And of course his nose will go down there, but he's just adorable. So that's one of the ones I got recently. Let me just set this aside. And the numbers are all, excuse me, he's a cutie. So this is a really little bitty gnome, but I can't remember who, but I saw a couple people do this. That's what I mean. If you haven't joined Paint and Share with Stencilsmith, make sure you join it, because you'll see a lot of stencils maybe you didn't even realize that were there, because there's over 10,000, there's over 10,000 stencils. So you can't possibly see them all. Trust me, I think I have, and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen that one before. But this one is so cute. He's a little gnome, merry and bright. And his overlay one, of course, is his little beard with the strings for lights. And then, you know, you line up his nose and the little, I might have it backwards, I do. But see how he's got the little lights on his hat, the Christmas lights and the star. How cute is he? How sweet. And he is number... He is number 7124, and this is a small. So this is he's a real little guy. But I thought he would be super cute to do too. Plus, I love doing the gnome beards. They're fun. You missed the number on the giveaway stencil. The number on the giveaway stencil, Danielle, is, and thank you for sprinkling, Rhonda. Here we go. It's 9733. It's an extra small. 9733 extra small. And always know, a lot of people message me. They're not sure if their stencils will fit their project. The stencil size is one thing, but the image size is what I always look at. So I get my project or whatever I'm going to put this on, and I'll know if it fits, because the image size is what you need. So that's the size of just the image. So that's the giveaway. And this one, oh, it's so cute. It's just sweet. You're my favorite flake. So it's You're My Favorite Flake. And there he is, the snowman. And he's the scarves and the little sweet faces. And look at the detail of the knit on the scarves, the noses. That would be adorable to do. And you could even do this like since Valentine's Day, at least here is in winter, it's in February, and it's usually pretty cold and snowy here. This would be a cute little Valentine's gift too. But I think it's adorable. So you could do it like in Valentine's colors, like reds and pinks and stuff like that. Let me just get a sip. I'm getting thirsty there. And then I have this one. Oh, this one is so cute. I forget, I don't know if it was Linda Matson that did this. Somebody did this on the group, and it was just the most darling thing. 9751. This was the warm holiday wishes with the cup full of little marshmallow snowmen. And, you know, it's just the most darling thing. It is so cute. So there's the marshmallows, and there's the little, down here, the marshmallow, you know, breaks them up down here, and then that's their little darling little faces. Just the cutest little guy. And that is number 9751, and this is the small. This is the small. And then I'm going to show you one more, and then we'll have the giveaway. Okay, this is number 9771. This is an XX small. And this, I fall in love with them all, I really do, but I saw this one, and this one really just cracked me up. It's Frosty's Hot Cocoa Cafe, and there's the cup, and there's Frosty, and, you know, his little face, and I don't know if that's little marshmallows maybe or something. I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to look at the picture. But he's in a hot tub. He's in the cup. He's resting in the hot tub, and I just thought that was just the cutest little guy. So he's so cute. So if you've just joined me, we need that stencil, Daddy. I hear ya. I hear ya. I need one too. Where is, okay, so this is the giveaway right here. This is what we did today. This is on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off. Use my code SignCheck and you'll save an additional 15%. And then anything else you order will automatically be 15% too. This is the giveaway today. So if April is ready, we will pull the giveaway. We will pull the giveaway. And there will be one lucky winner. And I appreciate everybody joining me. They are the best company, Judy. They sure are. I couldn't ask for better people to work with, honestly. They are very kind people. So let's get, I don't think I've missed it here yet. My dad's phone is now circling. Of course it is. It landed on Danielle Berry. So Danielle, you are the winner. Make sure you message April or on the Stencil Smith on Facebook, or email her at info@thestencilsmith.com, and she'll get that sent out. I appreciate everybody joining me, and we'll see you next week for a wonderful project, and have a wonderful day, nice week, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.